Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive? We're looking at Agile and AI today,
Uh-huh.
and it's amazing
Yeah.
how much these presentations
Mhm.
connect those two.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
That-
they're two sides of the same coin,
That's
really.
like finding a secret passage
Yeah.
between two places you never thought were
Mhm.
connected.
Yeah.
One thing that got me
Mhm.
from these presentations was this idea of efficiency.
Oh,
We're all
interesting.
about efficiency, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
then you have AI, which is like this huge disruptor.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So how do we deal with that?
Well, it's funny you should mention that because both waterfall and agile,
Oh, yeah.
those two big ways of managing work and projects,
Hmm.
they were both kind of accidents.
Really?
Yeah, and they're
I just
ordered.
thought they were like these
Yeah.
super planned out systems.
I know, it's kind of wild, right?
Yeah.
So like waterfall, the classic linear approach.
Step by step.
Yeah, step by
Oh,
step. That actually came from this paper in 1970
right.
by Winston Royce.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, Royce was actually warning against using a purely sequential process.
So waterfall was like a
Yeah.
warning against water.
Exactly. Like he was saying, hey, this is how not to do it.
That's hilarious.
But people kind of just like latched onto the description of the process and missed the warning.
Wow.
So waterfall became the norm, even though it had these limitations.
And then people started looking for something else.
Right. As technology got more complex,
Yeah.
the world got faster.
Uh-huh.
And that's where Agile comes in.
In 2001.
Yeah, 2001, this group of software developers,
Yeah.
they were frustrated with waterfall.
Right. Too rigid.
Too rigid, exactly.
Yeah.
So they came together and created the Agile Manifesto.
Mm.
And it's interesting because they weren't just focused on
Yeah.
creating new tools or
It was
processes.
bigger than that.
It was a cultural shift.
Yeah.
They understood that prioritizing people
Yeah.
and their interactions, like
Yeah.
really focusing on adaptability and collaboration,
Okay.
those were the real keys to agility.
So it sounds like we're talking about a fundamental shift in mindset,
Exactly.
not just like a change in process.
It's a whole new way of thinking about work.
And that brings us to the heart of this deep dive.
Yeah.
How the Agile Manifesto,
Mm.
this thing created for software development,
Right?
can actually help us navigate the AI revolution.
It's like using a map
Yeah.
from a completely different...
Like using a compass
Yeah,
meant for a forest to
Yeah.
find your way through a city.
exactly. But
Yeah.
somehow it works.
And one of the presentations breaks down those core Agile values.
Okay, let's hear it.
The first one
Yeah.
is individuals and interactions over processes and tools.
So it's not about
Yeah.
letting AI run the show.
Right. It's about using it to enhance what we can do.
Empowering us.
Yeah.
Okay. The second value is working software over comprehensive documentation. And that's really important with AI because things change so quickly.
Right. So it's better to have something that works now.
Exactly. Than to wait for something perfect that might never come.
Like choosing a bike you can ride today
Yeah.
over a flying car that's always in development.
Perfect analogy.
Okay, the third one.
Customer collaboration over contract negotiation.
Hmm.
This is all about partnerships.
Oh, interesting.
Because AI is complex, it's constantly evolving,
Mhm.
so you need that open communication.
Makes sense. So we can build trust.
Yeah, trust and make sure the AI is actually meeting real needs.
Okay, and the fourth value.
Responding to change over following a plan.
So being adaptable.
Exactly. Which is essential with AI.
Yeah, it's like the one constant with AI is change.
Right.
You got to be ready to adapt.
Absolutely.
That can be tough for some organizations, though,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
especially those used to more traditional ways of working.
Yeah, but the presentations actually offer some strategies for building that adaptability.
Hmm.
And one of the most interesting things they highlight
Yeah.
is that this isn't just about software anymore.
It's about a mindset
It's a way of thinking,
Yeah.
a way of approaching complexity and change.
that can be applied anywhere.
Exactly.
So how do we actually apply these agile values to working with AI?
Well, that's where the Agile principles come in.
Okay, let's hear about those principles then.
Right.
How do they translate to the world of AI?
Let's start with early and continuous delivery of valuable work.
So build AI systems that deliver real benefits quickly.
Yeah, even if they're not perfect at first.
It's about getting things into people's hands.
Yeah, and then iterating based on feedback.
It's like shaping a tool as you're using it.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, what else?
Another key principle is welcoming changing requirements even late in development.
That one sounds tough.
Yeah, especially for those used to more traditional approaches.
Right.
But when you think about how fast AI is evolving,
Yeah, you got to be flexible.
you have to be.
It's like trying to hit a moving target.
That's a great
You
analogy.
can't lock onto a goal too early.
Exactly, because the goalposts might move.
This reminds me of that story about Kodak.
Oh, yeah.
They missed the digital photography revolution.
Yeah, even though they invented the first digital camera.
It's because they were so focused on film.
A classic example of not adapting to change.
Right.
And AI is definitely changing things.
Okay, so flexibility is key.
Uh-huh.
What else?
Collaboration. The principle, business people and developers must work together daily.
Right, because AI is not just about the tech.
Exactly. It has to be integrated into how organizations actually work.
So break down those silos.
Break down those silos.
Yeah, more integration.
And communication is key.
What other agile principles are we looking at?
One that really stands out is build projects around motivated individuals. Give them the support they need and trust them to get the job done.
It's about the people.
It is.
Reminds me of that quote.
Yeah.
The best way to predict the future is to invent it.
I love that quote.
We need people who are excited about AI.
Yeah, and feel empowered to explore it.
To push the boundaries.
Absolutely.
And they need the freedom to do that.
And the support.
Right, it's about fostering creativity and innovation.
Exactly. And that brings us to another critical aspect that comes up in the presentations.
All right.
Leadership. Yeah, it seems like they're highlighting adaptability, balance, and communication. Those are like the ABCs of leadership in the AI world.
Okay, the ABCs, I like that.
Yeah.
So let's unpack that. What does adaptability look like when you're leading a team in this constantly changing landscape?
Well, you got to be comfortable with uncertainty. Be able to change direction quickly.
It's like being a ship captain in a storm, right?
Exactly. You can't just stick to the original plan.
You got to adjust.
Yeah. And it's not just about adapting yourself.
Right.
You got to help your team adapt, too.
Yeah. Create that environment where people feel safe.
Exactly. Yeah. Psychological safety.
Yeah.
To experiment, share ideas.
Okay. What about balance?
Balance. That's about finding that middle ground between going for the quick wins and keeping the long-term vision in mind.
It's easy to get caught up in the hype.
Oh, yeah, especially with AI.
Yeah, there's always something new and shiny.
Right, so leaders need to be strategic.
Make sure those AI investments are actually aligned with the organization's goals.
Absolutely. It's about sustainability and impact.
Okay, so we've got adaptability, balance. What about communication?
Communication is all about trust, transparency, making sure everyone's on the same page.
So clear messaging.
Yeah. Be clear about the why, the what, the how of your AI strategy.
Help people understand the bigger picture.
Exactly. And encourage them to ask questions, share their ideas.
One of the speakers talks about quiet leadership. Oh, yeah. Stepping back, listening more.
Yeah, empowering others.
So it's about creating a sense of ownership.
Yeah, collective responsibility.
Recognizing that the best ideas often come from collaboration.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a shift away from that traditional command and control style.
For sure.
Towards a more collaborative approach.
Yeah, much more collaborative.
Okay, so we've got the ABCs, but what about the potential pitfalls? What should we be careful of?
One thing that comes up a lot is the importance of restraint. It's tempting to think of AI as a magic solution.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's not. It's a tool.
Right, and like any tool, that can be used well or poorly.
Exactly. So we need to be strategic about how we use it.
One speaker used the analogy of a candy store.
Oh, I like that.
There's so much to choose from.
Yeah.
But you can't have everything.
You got to be selective.
Focus on where AI can make the biggest difference.
And where it aligns with your values.
So it's not just about doing more.
Right.
It's about doing the right things better. Now, all these presentations focus on the intersection of Agile and AI.
Yeah.
But I keep thinking about the human element.
Oh, absolutely. That's so important.
One speaker talked about using AI to free up time for more creative work.
Yeah.
It's not about replacing humans. It's about enabling them.
Empowering them to do more meaningful work.
And that reminds me of this idea of fostering a culture of experimentation and learning.
You mean like an agile mindset?
Exactly. Being okay with uncertainty, seeing mistakes as learning opportunities.
Right. Constantly improving.
It's about creating that safe space to try new things.
Absolutely. And to learn from those failures.
Yeah. Because this AI journey, It's not a sprint.
It's a marathon.
We're all figuring this out as we go.
Exactly.
We've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have.
How Agile can help us navigate the world of AI.
Yeah.
But it feels like we're just scratching the surface.
There's always more to explore.
And that's why I think it's so valuable for people to check out these presentations themselves.
Absolutely. They offer so much insight and practical advice.
It's like we've created a map.
Mm-hmm.
But the real adventure begins when you start exploring the territory yourself.
I love that analogy.
So what are some key takeaways you want listeners to walk away with?
Well, I hope they remember that AI is not just technology.
Yeah.
It's changing how we work, how we lead, how we create value.
It's a shift in mindset.
Exactly. And I think the Agile Manifesto, even though it's created for software, it's surprisingly relevant to this new AI landscape.
Like those principles were written with AI in mind.
It's amazing how real they fit.
So embracing Agile, it's not just about new processes or tools.
It's about a way of thinking, a way of being.
That helps us thrive in this changing world.
Exactly.
So be open to new ideas, experiment, learn from your experiences.
Collaborate.
Right, and remember, we're all in this together.
We are.
This AI revolution, it's not happening to us.
Yeah.
We're shaping it with the choices we make.
That's a powerful way to think about it.
So to wrap up this part of our deep dive, I encourage everyone to check out those presentations.
Absolutely. They're in the description.
They're worth a watch.
Yeah, full of insights and advice.
And as you're watching, ask yourself, how can I apply these Agile principles to my work?
Right. How can I help build an AI-powered future that benefits everyone? Those are the important questions. You know, it's interesting how much these presentations focus on the human side of AI.
Yeah, it's not just about the tech itself.
It's about the people building it, using it, being affected by it.
Right. AI is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
We have to use it responsibly.
Absolutely. One presentation talked about using AI to enhance our capabilities.
Instead of replacing us.
Exactly. Free up time for more creative work.
So AI can empower us to do things we never could before.
Right. Shift from efficiency to effectiveness.
Doing the right things better.
That's it. And it reminds me of this idea of fostering a culture of experimentation.
Oh yeah, like embracing an Agile mindset.
Exactly. Being comfortable with uncertainty.
Seeing mistakes as learning opportunities.
Constantly iterating, improving.
Yeah, creating a space where people feel safe to try new things.
To push the boundaries, learn from failures.
This AI journey, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Well said.
We're all learning as we go.
So true. We've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have. How Agile can help us navigate this AI world.
All the different aspects. Adaptability, collaboration.
Communication, strategic thinking.
Ethical considerations, putting people first.
But it's just the beginning. There's so much more to explore.
And that's why these presentations are so valuable.
Yeah, they're a great starting point.
Full of insights and practical advice.
Links are in the description. Definitely check them out.
As you're watching,
think
about how you can apply these Agile principles in your own work.
How can we all help build a better AI-powered future?
Those are the questions we need to be asking.
So that's it for this deep dive into Agile and AI.
Thanks for joining us.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those questions coming.